Hi everyone, welcome to SufiVoice.com, the voice of humanity. In today's session, we'll be discussing about the fear caused by COVID. Yes, we are all going through a very tough time. Everywhere there is a news all about COVID pandemic. Indeed, it's a very tough time, and everyone is worried, has fear of COVID. Okay, in today's session, we'll be dealing or we'll try to discuss about fear and anxiety about COVID 19. It's a pandemic, and we don't have a complete control on that. And we should be lucky enough to thank all the frontline warriors who are putting their valuable efforts and services, rendering their valuable services for the welfare of mankind. So let's basically start with a fear. How does a fear start with? A fear starts with the surrounding environment around us. So whenever we see people talking much about us, then we have a fear. And the biggest drawback of fear, or the biggest fear which we are more worried about, is life. Yes, definitely everyone likes to have a beautiful life and live life to its maximum extent. The fear of the death is the worst fear which no one wants to face. Now, what is happening in the present situation? In this pandemic environment, any channel you take or any media sources you look at, all of them are giving a wider picture about COVID pandemic. And we have this basic inputs of COVID pandemic from these sources. They may be doing a good job to share the knowledge and wisdom and with an intention of doing some good to the mankind. But unknowingly, this visual and audio images are creating a havoc. So the more we are focused to this media sources, media news, gathering as much information as possible, and the more and more we engage, try to do a research on whatever the source of information we have in hand, the more and more we are bringing a new trouble to us. Yes, we are indeed bringing a new trouble to us. Why? Because the more and more news you listen, the more and more you believe in the news, it's making you tough. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are forced to believe that we may not survive, and that is not good for us. Believing is living, and that doesn't mean everything that comes to us we should believe. We should make a firm research on the things before we believe, isn't it? So in order to share with you the power of belief, let me share a small story with you. Hope you all will get along with this story. It's a fictitious one, okay? And just to make the things easy, I would like to share this story with you. Once there lived a psychologist, okay, and a friend of him was a very good psychiatrist. Both of them used to spend a very good time together, and they used to discuss the things for a longer duration. And once it so happened that when psychiatrist reached his home. He had seen his wife, psychiatrist's wife, with a severe headache. In the beginning, the psychiatrist was worried because she was normal when he left to the office in the morning. So he started wondering what had went wrong, why this lady or why his wife had picked up the headache. So in a general conversation, so he asked her what was the root cause for the headache, untimely headache. In the conversation, the lady said, so she had been reading the reviews of a new movie where one of the characters in the movie had developed initially a severe headache that turned out to be cancer, and the character in the movie had expired, passed away. Now she started believing blindly that every headache will lead to cancer. And when she gave a very serious thought about the headache, her body started manifesting the headache symptoms in her, and now she said, maybe I also have a headache, and I am worried that my headache will not turn into a cancer. Initially, the psychiatrist ruled out, and he said, so headache may not be overlooked, but I don't think so you will become a victim of cancer. All the headaches may not necessarily lead to cancer. Don't worry about it. But still, the lady kept on saying that definitely there is something wrong with me. Now, being a wise man, being a psychiatrist who understood uh, the mindset of people, he decided, if I live like this lady is going to fall sick for sure. So there should be a solution for this. Then he suggested, okay, fine, which movie have you seen? We'll do one thing. Tomorrow we'll go and watch the same movie. Then the lady said, that's an excellent idea. So we'll go to the movie and definitely watch the movie. So as planned, on the next day, they went to the movie, and during the time the lady was watching the movie, the more and more she started seeing the pain of the headache in the character of the movie, she also started complaining the same headache. And at one point, she said that headache is very severe. Means she started manifesting the same symptoms which she had seen on the big screen. So she said, I may not survive this. So she started into a panic state. Now, the psychiatrist immediately said, there is a medicine for this. And this medicine has been released only 2 or 3 days before. If you take just one tablet of this medicine, it is going to cure all your headache and you are going to be safe. So the lady was calm for a second and said, are you sure that I will survive? Then he said, I have tested this tablet on many other people. So being a psychiatrist, I know this is going to help you out. So you take this tablet and you will be safe. So in the meantime, he took up a tablet from his pocket and gave to the lady with a condition. Now, the condition was, you should not swallow this tablet, you should just chew it. Okay, keep on chewing this tablet and see how miraculously it works. First thing that it does is, it will tremendously reduce your headache. You will see that your headache is going to vanish. So, the lady, being a wife, she had a firm belief on her husband, and he was also a psychiatrist, a medical professional personnel. So she believed his words. She took the tablet which was given by the psychiatrist, and she put the tablet in her mouth and started chewing it. So as instructed, as instructed. So as instructed, she started seeing the change. The headache symptoms started vanishing, and she regained her normal position, and she's no more complained about headache. After the movie, they started coming out, and she wanted to check the tablet because she was chewing it for more than 1 hour. There was no reduction in the size of the tablet, and she started wondering what was she chewing. So they both came outside of the theater, and she took out the tablet from her mouth to see that it was not a tablet, but it was just a button. Now she looked at her husband and she said, "What is it? You said that it was a tablet and it is going to do a miracle." So modestly, the psychiatrist replied, "Yes, it has done its job. It was your firm belief which caused the symptoms in your body. Otherwise, you never had anything related to cancer. Your firm belief had pulled up or forced the body to create the symptoms of headache." Okay, so that's the power of blind believing. Yes, you should believe, but you should not get into the practice of blind believing. Right now, what we are all doing is we are getting into a race of blind believing. Prevention is better than cure. We need to be on a preventive side. Take all the positive preventions. Okay, and that doesn't mean like we need to spread this fear, isn't it? So just have the information, but don't overload yourself with too much of information, which may be harmful to you and your near and dear ones. Whenever you come across any information, please cross check whether it is a fact, is it important for me, okay, and if it is scientifically proven, it is correct, it is accepted, then you keep a hold on that. Otherwise, just give a free hand, forget about it. So as far as possible, it's better to stay away from different news sources. That's the one thing which can reduce the fear. Now, what happens if a person starts fearing on more and more things? Gradually, this fear uh, takes up the shape of anxiety. And if anxiety is not handled in time, so that may do more, that may create more problem for us. So stay happy, okay? Don't worry about the circumstances we are going through. Yes, everyone has got his own set of problems. I will not say that saying is easy, but following and living is very difficult. Yes, it's true. Saying is very easy. But at the same time, can we do anything more than that in the present situation? So I would like to share a very, like most of you would have come across this. A small example at one or the other phase in our life. So if you put a line on the blackboard, and how to make this line shorter without rubbing it, without extending it. So only way to make this line short is to draw another bigger line. So when you draw a one more bigger line, what happens? The line which has become, the initial line becomes shorter. Same way with when you deal with problems. Everyone has got a problem. Okay, don't focus much on the problem. Focus more on possible solutions to overcome this problem. Okay, so problem will remain a problem. We need to frame a way. Okay, we need to plan a way to overcome this problem. Problem is not going to change. Okay, so give a creative way to overcome this problem. Yeah. So tough times don't long for a longer duration. So we had a very good time in the past, and the future also will be bright. So let's walk ahead with the same intention that our future will also be bright. Now, Sufi Voice of Humanity, has crossed more than 3,000 subscribers. I wholeheartedly welcome and thank all my subscribers for your kind support. Without your support, this journey would not have been so easy. And I expect the same support and encouragement in the years to come. Years to come. Okay. So that's it for today. Stay home, stay safe, take care of your near and dear ones. Have a good day.